These are NFL bets for week 2. We're going to go through, give you 3 picks each, including our lock of the week. Last week started off, a little rough. We were 1-3 on the locks, but Corey and Nick both went 2-1. Nick, only one of us hitting our locks.
Could have hit
Only
mine.
the savior.
I mean,
We should. We
what are
should
the
have.
Bills doing? How do the Bills lose that game? How does that happen?
Yeah, that
The Jets defense is insane.
All they needed is a field goal in overtime, and they just let up a punt return for a touchdown. It's just atrocious.
If the
4
Colts didn't
turnovers.
if the Colts didn't wave the white flag on the fucking 2-yard line, we would have back to recover that game. So it's kind of still a little upset about that. But
yeah, so it was a 50% week overall. It was 6-6. But we're gonna go stronger for week 2 here. All right. So I'll start us off here with the first pick of the week. I took them last week, and I was very I think the Rams might have impressed me more than most teams here. I think the Seahawks team is very, very talented. And without Cooper Kupp, Stafford just got it done with, Puka and Tutu, even with that terrible run game. So, I'm going back to the well with them here. I'm taking them, if this line came out, before this, I don't know how the Lions are 5.5 points better than the Seahawks. I like taking teams in week 2, out of the whole NFL season. After week 1 is when you will see the biggest overreactions to just all teams. People, getting texts like the Bengals, are they even good? Whatever. It's just people overreact way too much. A lot of these good teams just didn't look great in week 1. And I like finding teams that did not cover in week 1, playing against teams that did cover in week 1. And, Lions beat the Chiefs, prime time, Thursday night football. Seattle loses to the Rams, massive overreaction. That's going to be the theme of a lot of my picks this week. And, they have DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, JSN is looking good. I think they have better offensive weapons than the Lions overall. Yes, the Lions have a great offensive line, but I'm taking the Seahawks plus 5.5 here. And I wouldn't be surprised if they won. It is in Detroit, but I just think it's a very, very close game. High scoring game too.
okay,
Well, another team that impressed. What are you going to say, Corey?
I was just say Jared Goff plays 10 times better at home. And I know last year these two teams played and it was like a 90-point total. I don't see. I think Seattle's a fraud. I think Geno is reverting back to old Geno. I know it's week 1, but there's a reason why he sat behind a bunch of quarterbacks for like 8+ years. So,
well, I don't think this game plays 1,000 times. The Lions are 5.5 points better than the Seahawks. These exact two teams, they play at that. They wouldn't beat them on average of 5.5 points. It wouldn't happen.
Well, I think they're going to do it this week, PB. I've got the Lions minus 5.5. They looked pretty strong against a Chiefs team that definitely struggled in week 1, obviously without 2 of their best 3 players. And the Seahawks got absolutely manhandled by a Rams team that has an over-under win total of 6. So on top of that, the Seahawks lose both of their tackles. So they go and sign a 41-year-old Jason Peters today, who they're going to be relying on to stop Aiden Hutchinson, who dominated a much healthier Chiefs O-line. They got the extra days in prep, playing on Thursday, to get game plan for the Seahawks. I think this game is won in the trenches, and I think the Lions are significantly better on both sides of that. So they're at home. As Corey said, Jared Goff plays significantly better at home. I will be taking the Lions minus 5.5 here.
yeah. All right. If I was on a side, that's the side I would lean as well. Definitely like the over as well. I mean, maybe not as much. Actually, no, take that back. I don't like the over, but I like the Lions here.
I like the Lions team. I do, but I like the Seahawks too. I don't think that they're 5.5 points better.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think those tackles are going to out are going to make a huge difference in this.
Yeah. Aiden Hutchinson was I mean, there was a reason why he was taken where he was taken. I mean, spin move after spin move last week, just disrupting every single play. And Patrick Mahomes is pretty mobile. Gino's like a stick in the mud. So, but moving on to the next game is I'm going to the well here. I'm glad I didn't take him last week because it didn't pan out. I'm going to be taking the Chargers -3 this week, and they are traveling to Tennessee, who looked absolutely terrible. The fact that they're only -3 is just because the road is just the points on the road, but like there's no reason why the Chargers shouldn't be favored by more. I know they lost to the Dolphins at home, but like, did Vegas watch Tennessee play and Ryan Tannehill play? Because he looked like I don't know. He looks like he doesn't want to be there. I mean, he's terrible. I mean, they should throw in Malik Willis, and Malik Willis is terrible too. So, I mean, obviously the Tennessee Titans, they really only have, I mean, Derrick Henry. I mean, obviously they have D-Hop and
Well, Derrick Henry's in a committee, so
well, and also, but yeah, but and the fact is that Ryan Tannehill just forces the ball as much as he possibly can to D-Hop, and like every time he threw the D-Hop, it looked like he was going to be picked. But enough with that last game. I mean, the Chargers last time they played Tennessee, last 13 games, the Chargers are 9-2 ATS. They're 12-2 straight up against the Tennessee Titans. I mean, Chargers in the last 10 road games, 7-3 ATS. I mean, talk about all the trends going towards the Chargers. I mean, that's what I want. And give me Justin Herbert, MVP of the season this year, just torching this Tennessee Titans team.
I'm with you, Corey. I like a lot of those ATS stats you were throwing out there. That's exactly what I was looking at. And, you know, I'll give PB credit where it's due. Don't say this often, but you said it right with the week 2 methodology and the overreactions. Just because the Titans, like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're home. Maybe they like look decent to someone in Vegas last week.
but I don't
really
know if this
understand.
logic follows this exact pick though. You're taking
You know, well, they're in a close game. I don't know. So maybe that's where they're thinking the 3 points makes sense. So I don't think they're going to keep up with the Chargers offense at all, though. 4 touchdowns out of them last week. I expect that to continue throughout the year with their new offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore. They're not going to, you know, just roll over. And I don't think Tennessee has nearly enough firepower to keep up with them at all. So taking the Chargers -3 for my first pick this week.
Titans are just going to play ugly game after ugly game all year long. Like that.
I was shocked how much the Chargers ran the ball.
Yeah. Well, the Dolphins don't have the greatest run defense. They're stronger in the secondary, so maybe that.
I think they had the lowest like neutral pass rate in the league, which is wild with that offensive coordinator.
I think it's because, you know, Vic Fangio's now the D coordinator down in Miami. He runs like a run funnel defense, so I think that's what they were trying to attack. And Chargers knew that from his days in Denver. Probably that's my best guess.
Yeah. Good analysis there, Nick. Good.
Yeah. Anytime.
All right. Moving on to our second picks here. I actually am realizing now that I'm taking 2 of the same teams that I took last week.
Hoping for some more luck here, huh, pal?
And the funny thing is like I'm not even a big Steelers guy. Like I actually don't think that they're that great, and here I am taking them 2 weeks in a row. But here it's one of the, I was looking for games that fit the trend of what I'm looking for. Who got absolutely destroyed last week? The Steelers. Like didn't look like Deontay Johnson gets hurt. Like did not look like they knew what they were doing at the time. And then you have the Browns who go ahead and beat the Bengals. And you know that everyone thought that was an upset. So it fits what I'm looking for. You have Monday Night Football in Pittsburgh, divisional game. The Browns didn't look good to me. Like in my opinion, the Browns beat themselves. Browns defense might have, you know, looked all right, but the Bengals beat themselves. Like Watson had like a 50% completion rate, like 150 yards. He did not impress. He threw a pick. He did not impress me at all. He hasn't looked great in a long time. And now he goes into Pittsburgh. I don't know. It's gonna be it's going to be an ugly game in my opinion, and I don't know. I think the Steelers can easily cover +2 here, if not just get the outright win. So I'm sticking to my trend this week of what I mentioned earlier, and the Steelers with the bill.
Well, thanks for letting us know that you didn't watch the Browns game at all. Obviously,
No, I know they got pulled later in the game. I did watch it. They got pulled,
okay, but
Watson did not look good.
Either did Joe Burrow. He threw for 84 yards. It was raining.
Right, they beat
terribly the entire
themselves.
game, but the defense was insane. Martin Emerson put him on the map as a top 10 corner. Held T Higgins had like what 8, 9 targets and he had 0 catches. Martin Emerson was shadowing him the whole game. Like, go back and watch those highlights. It's Darrelle Revis level. So,
all right, Nick,
Right,
will you go to your pick?
break out
No,
player.
you didn't take the Browns, so you tell
skip
them your
over
pick.
Nick. No, skip over Nick here because
yeah,
Well,
I'm all
I'll
heated.
go.
Give me a minute.
I'll go. I'll take it. So I've got the Jets Cowboys under. It's right now at 40. I grabbed it at 42 after Rodgers went down, but we saw what the Cowboys defense did against the Giants, arguably the best defense in the league right now. But again, you're playing the Giants, so you're playing Saquon and, as Stephen A. Smith liked to say, a bag of potato chips. But now you've got the Jets going in there, who put up a really solid performance defensively against the Bills, get the win. But you also have Zach Wilson at starting quarterback. So these two defenses in week 1 accounted for 7 turnovers, 12 sacks, and 3 touchdowns on the defense. Both games went under in week 1 for them, even with the Cowboys putting up 40 points. I'm not a Dak believer. Definitely not a Zach Wilson believer, and I think both of these defenses are elite, so I will be taking the under in this one.
yeah, that's dude. Oh God, see what they did. What they're going to do. Zach Wilson should be punishable by death, but maybe
Congratulations if you got that defense in fantasy this year.
Yeah, that's they put up 40 something points in fantasy, which is crazy. But
More
all right.
touchdowns than the Saints.
And the Browns too.
Crazy.
All right, moving to my second pick here. Taking the Miami Dolphins -2 over the Patriots. The Patriots, so the Dolphins are on the road, Patriots are at home. Patriots, I mean, they looked okay against the Eagles. Their dink and dunk game worked against what they were wanting to do. I know the Eagles defensive line gave Mac Jones issues, and the Patriots also did lose Juju. He's hurt. So now they're down.
Did his knee explode?
I don't think it exploded yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
It's about to, though. So
It's a ticking time bomb.
it is a ticking time bomb. So now on their outside, they have, what is it, Devontae Parker and
Kendrick Bourne.
Kendrick Bourne. I mean, Jesus, Marion Joseph, terrible receivers. And talk about another team that's going to put up points. I mean, the Dolphins looked insane last week against the Chargers. I knew that would be kind of a track meet. I did have the over, which did hit. I don't think the Patriots can get to 30 points, which they will have to get to at least cover this game. I know it's a divisional opponent here, but the Dolphins 5-1 ATS in the last 6. They're 5-0 ATS in the last 5 against New England. I mean, they're all the trends again going against the Patriots here. So I think that the Dolphins are a very good team against a very mediocre team that has no offense. And so I want a track meet, and I don't think the other team's going to show up for it. So give me the Dolphins here -2. I think they win this by at least 6 points.
Oh, I think this is the trap line of the
Is
week.
this another trap game? Because if it is,
Yeah.
I like taking all the trap games.
Like the Colts. The Colts, I guess, weren't the trap.
What about the Eagles?
Eagles.
You were calling that a
Eagle-
trap.
and the 49ers.
you guys were
49ers also
sweating
trapped.
that one.
49ers was trapped too. So
I wasn't
Okay.
afraid.
Here,
just saying.
just
Just
I
saying.
think, this is but I'm saying, out of all the games this week, this is the trap game.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
We're gonna keep a record of when PB says trap game. We're gonna
Keep a record of it. Yeah, I would like to see it. Maybe I should just bet I should just take the Patriots money line here.
do it. You won't.
Yeah, let's see it.
Might have
Alright.
to send you guys a screenshot. I don't know. This seems like a trap. All right, Nick.
Yeah, I'll move into round out our picks here before the locks. I got Chiefs minus 2.5. There's no way Andy Reid goes 0-2. I mean, there's a way, but I don't think here. Obviously, everyone's a little bit concerned that no one in Kansas City knows how to catch a football, apparently. Pretty scary stuff, if you ask me. But, I'm looking to see an emergence from some of the veterans, MVS, Richie James. We get Travis Kelce back potentially. That's really what I'm looking at here. And I want to buy this line before the Travis Kelce is confirmed playing. They worked him out last Saturday to see if he would go week 1. His knee did not swell up, so Dr. Nick says he's a go. And I like
Heard he's
that a
feeling
lot.
22.
Exactly. Yeah. He's got the T Swift magic in him, and he's going to be ready to roll. Okay. So I like the Chiefs a lot more with Travis Kelce. I'll say that. I'm going to take this line early in the week. Before that news breaks, I advise you do the same. And, we'll see what the Chiefs can get back to playing Chiefs football. So betting on the bounce back here.
Yeah, I'm with you, Nick. This is my lock of the week. The Chiefs, as I mentioned, were missing 2 of their 3 best players in week 1 against the Lions. They signed Chris Jones, so he'll be back. And you talked about Kelce. It seems like he's progressing well. I thought there was a chance if they played on Sunday. I thought there was a decent chance he would have played on Sunday. But they played Thursday, so they take it easy on him. Mahomes is 19-6-1 against the spread of spreads -3 or lower. So even if this does get to the key field goal number, I'm still comfortable taking it. They're a Super Bowl caliber team. They're a Super Bowl. So they're going to be cleaning up their mistakes quickly. Andy Reid's going to get them back in shape. Everyone's going to be hitting the jugs machines. They've got extra days of rest to clean up those mistakes. So love the Chiefs here this week.
Yep. And I'm on the same train as Nick and Alex here. This is also my lock of the week. I'm taking the Chiefs minus the 2.5. It's bouncing around. It was at 2.5. I think it's up to 3 now, which it's already getting up there. And the reason why, the Chiefs are just such a better team than the Jaguars are. I think this again is an overreaction. I think everyone is on the Jaguar hype train, and I just don't think the Jaguars are a good team. If you watched the Colts game last week, the Colts absolutely dominated that offensive line. I understand what Trevor Lawrence did with his pass rate is 24, 31, and 32, like against the Colts mediocre secondary. But this is a team, the Chiefs, coming off a loss here. I can't remember exactly what Patrick Mahomes is off a loss, but I know it's really, really good. So yeah, and I think that the Chiefs get back to their winning ways, like Alex and Nick said here. Kansas City is 6-2 at ATS against Jacksonville. So in the last 8, and 7-0 straight up. I think this is a game where it's a get right game. I think it's bringing down to earth for the Jaguars to just realize that, hey, we're still not a Super Bowl caliber team, and we are just winning a terrible division, maybe winning that division. So I will take the Chiefs here to smack the shit out of this overhyped Jaguars team.
You'd love to see it, huh?
Yeah.
All right. My lock of the week is the Giants minus 4.5, -5, just depending on the book. I could see this continue to climb. Like this was the last game that fit what I'm trying to do this week. Giants get absolutely destroyed in prime time against the Cowboys and that defense, whereas the Cardinals, the Commanders were 7-point favorites, who I think the Commanders are one of the worst teams in the league, and the Giants are better than the Commanders. So, the Arizona hangs around and overperforms, and the Giants drastically underperform. So now you get this line of minus 4.5, -5. This should be over a touchdown, in my opinion. I would like if you get like minus 6.5 on an alternate line, I like that. But yeah, the Giants are going to beat this team by at least a touchdown. I don't think Daniel Jones is as bad as everyone thinks. Yes, some of these really good defenses can expose him and things, but I think he's better than what a lot of people think he is. And he will be able to beat up on bad defenses all year long. And he's going to beat Josh Dobbs and the Arizona Cardinals by at least a touchdown.
You ain't afraid of Gannon.
No, definitely not.
Schemed up a pretty decent game.
Yeah, against the another horrible team in the Commanders.
Pretty bad.
Yep.
All right, final lock of the week here. I'm taking another bounce back in what was a tragic loss for the Bills last week. I thought they actually looked pretty decent against. I think the Jets are a top 3 defense outside of Dallas and San Fran. So I put them in the same tier. I think the offense looks pretty good. I think Kincaid will probably get a little bit more work. And, Diggs was being Diggs. But I was also impressed by the defense. They had the pass rush that they were kind of missing towards the end of last year. So I'd like to see that. Matt Milano's still on the map. So, I like them a lot. I bet against the Raiders last week. And I'm going to do it again because I just don't believe in this team overall. Probably snuck out a close one. We'll call it like the week one was, whatever that close game was. So, Bills, I think, last year we saw them blow out so many teams. And I think this is where they get back to their old business. So they're going to be lock of the week, and I'm going to go 2-0. So
I'm going to throw the Bills in every single teaser this week.
They are a phenomenal teaser team down to 2.5.
Yep. I like that. I didn't even think of that till now.
I think like a Steelers +8 and a Bills -2.5 is a very solid teaser this week.
Yep. All right.
But that'll wrap up our week 2 bet show. We will be doing our first DFS show of the year. So stay tuned for that. Please give a like and subscribe. Helps out the channel a lot. And we will see you next time.